I'm really sharp today and I'm ready to be #1 student because I saw your latest YouTube thumbnail and I didn't like that you said I was the worst student, but also I'm your only student, so you could have also said I was the best, but today I'm gonna make you change that thumbnail.
The first structure that we're gonna look at is right now at your board, and I want you to tell me what kind of pawns you see here.
So I am getting quiz. Okay.
You can use half of your chat. That's okay.
I don't need them, but chat needs to answer the questions as well because we're all getting quizzed. But I'm not going to read their answers because I know the answers because I've been the best #1 student.
Correct. On Penthouse.
This is the Carl's good structure. This is what chat said. Just kidding. Nope. Okay. We've got some doubled pawns. We know those. Oh, I can't do arrows, but that's okay.
Oh, wait. I'm giving you.
So you want me to just talk? I mean...
Well, just...
There's 2 pawn islands. There's not much other than doubled pawns, backwards pawn. I don't even know if pawns that haven't moved yet can count as backwards pawns. But it's literally just doubled pawns.
Okay. So is this the only example of the pawns you wanted to talk about?
The doubled pawns? No, there's two doubled pawns.
Okay, good. Are here any backward pawns, just to clarify?
Yes. This one, and this one, and this one.
Okay. So this, I agree with the double pawns, but I don't agree with backward pawns. Backward pawns...
I had a feeling.
There are actually no backward pawns here.
Because, is it what? Because these pawns haven't moved at all? Because I always thought backwards pawn is just the one defending the back of the pawn chain that's not defended.
Yeah, well, this is called the base of a pawn chain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Base of the pawn chain. It's not backward pawns. Backward pawns have their own definition. We're gonna jump there after this one. Let me ask you, first of all, regarding the double pawns, the ones that we have right here. What would be the general plan for them? How would you, first of all...
You want to trade them off.
Good. Why do you want to trade them off? Are they your weakness?
They are, well, typically they're a weakness because your pawn is preventing your other pawn from moving. So ideally you want to just have one so that, they're not slowing each other down.
Yeah, that's correct. They're a certain weakness. So how would you get rid of this weakness? Let's say, for example, how would you push them?
I would fix this e6 pawn, push e4, f4, f5.
Nice. Would you do it vice versa? Would you try first to push f5?
No, because then they would push e5 and they would fix my doubled pawns.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's correct. So this one
Thanks, Yes.
I'm pretty satisfied. Okay.
Yes.
Let us move on to the next example.
Okay.
Which is this. What pawns do you see here?
An isolated pawn.
Okay. Do you know the description or how you understand that that's an isolated pawn?
It's not a pass pawn because there's a pawn preventing it from promoting. So that makes it isolated because there's also no pawns of its own. Unless, yes, that is my answer. So I'm 100% confident in my answer.
So it's the reason because there is the e6 pawn, yeah? So you say it's an isolated pawn because it's not a passed pawn.
And because none of its pawns, there has no pawns on the files beside it. Okay. If there was any white pawns nearby, it would not be.
Yeah, that's correct. But there is one more definition that is lacking. So, but you kind of understand it, but you like only subconsciously. So you say this is an isolated pawn because it's not a passed pawn. But this is not how we say. We usually say that this is an isolated pawn because it is on the open file.
And because there's no pawns defending it.
It is on the open file. There are no pawns defending it. And the reason number 3 is that it is not the passed pawn because it's kind of it has opponent's pawns that are controlling the next square. So, yeah, it cannot really advance because of the opponent's pawn, controlling, it is not protected and it is on the open file. So this is an isolated pawn. That's correct.
But if there was a pawn on this file, now it's no longer an isolated pawn. It's just a weak pawn.
Perfect. You learned it.
Got it. That's new knowledge.
My student is so smart. I can see all those.
Did you get it?
I can see all those, hours and hours of grinding together that kind of like there is something that is left in your head. It's good. It's good. It means that you're workable material.
Well, we'll take it. Yeah, it's very hard to learn how to say 3 words about pawn structures. It's really, really hard knowledge for me to remember.
Okay. This one.
Okay. Well, I don't think any of these are anything. But that is wrong. So we're going to try again.
Why do you think it's wrong?
Well, because you didn't say anything.
Remember, mind games will never work with me.
Okay, then there's no pawnies and pawn names in here. Because it's just a regular, this is just 2 pawn islands. And then it's not isolated, it's not doubled, it's not hanging. There's nothing happening. There's nothing here.
What could have been there that is not the case?
What type of question is that?
Let's say if you were creative.
If this was missing, these would be, I don't know if they're hanging pawns or just, if the B2 pawn was missing, would this be hanging pawns?
Exactly.
No. Okay.
That's it.
Yes.
How do you understand hanging pawns?
2 undefended pawns next to each other.
Yeah. Here, right?
Yeah.
This is hanging pawns. So the reason is that, as you said, so they don't have their own party members. Everyone left them. Yeah, they're smoking.
Yes. It's
together.
Like me and my sister.
Yeah.
Well, except for that part, but we would never do that.
Never. Against the world. You and your sister against the world. And the world is right
Never
here.
getting divorced. Always together. Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then eventually Dina can join the pack. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there is no name for that one. But yeah, a little dog over
we need a name for when Dina. Well, we'll just be a pawn chain once Dina joins. We won't be lonely pawns.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, here we go. Pawn chain. Okay, good. Let's go to the next example, which is number 4. What is this?
Backwards pawn.
Whoa, look at this girl. She's been rocking and rolling.
And Hammer said I should quit being a chess streamer. Look at all this memorization.
Wow.
Just kidding. Okay.
Wait.
I mean, the backwards pawn is the only one I've known from the start, but yeah.
Quit being a chess streamer, meaning return to professional chess?
I guess that's what I think he meant just chess player.
Oh.
But I think he couldn't call me a chess player because I'm not a real chess player, so he called me chess streamer. So actually, it was not a diss. It's more like a compliment. Sounds like he wants me to get into the competitive world.
Exactly. So, how do you know this is a backwards pawn?
It is undefended, and it is defending this pawn.
Good. But that's not the entire explanation.
There's no.
There are definitely more things to precise here. Not any undefended pawn, as you know, is a backwards pawn.
Also because there's no pawn that will be behind it.
You mean this pawn is behind everything?
Yes.
This pawn is behind the pawn chain, right?
Yes.
So that is how you need to be precise, yeah? So
okay.
A backwards pawn is a pawn that is behind other pawns that are nearby. For instance, here E5. You see? That's why it's a big backwards pawn, because it's behind. Apart from that, it is on our favorites.
Wait, so if there was a pawn here, it wouldn't be backwards pawn?
Exactly. It wouldn't have been.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
then what would it be? A weak pawn?
It would be just a weak pawn, yeah. The next example. So now we are reaching to the point where you've studied everything regarding pawn terminology. Like, there is nothing you don't know.
Nothing I don't know.
Yes.
Do you think if I went to college, I could like get a major in this, like, and tell my mom that it's a real degree? Maybe at like a chess university, like St. Louis Webster or something.
It is a real degree.
I feel like it sounds official. Pawn terminology.
Sergei Karakin and Alexander Kostyuk and many other great Russian champions have went to college and studied something like chess, physical, like
I forgot in Europe you can actually majoring in chess is actually a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
See, I just need to go to school in Europe, and then my mom will finally be happy with me.
I'm sure she will. Or St. Louis, why not? They will be happy to have you.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. So, like, now that Andrea and everybody in our chats, mutual chats, has studied the pawn endgames, pawn structures. Well, first of all, like, do not dare confusing those terms ever again, or else you will see Dina mad. Like,
you will be banned.
Exactly.
Chat.
And secondly, now we are going to the next step, to the level up. We gotta study, like, this is actually gonna be harder, but it's also gonna be useful because for the plans. So I'm going to put you, and obviously we don't have time to cover everything today, we'll just start. I think this is gonna be our last example.
Okay.
But we are going to study pawn structures, not like pawn terms, but pawn structures. Because you might not realize it, but all openings that exist can be put into categories of, let's say, 10 different pawn structures, typical pawn structures. And you have, let's say, 3 to 5 different openings that can fit in the same pawn structure. And the reason you need to study pawn structures is that pawns are GPS of chess. Do you know what's GPS?
I do, but navigation is like my weakest point.
Waze.
But that's okay.
Waze or Google Maps?
My dad uses Waze.
Okay, Google Maps. Right, I remember that. It's on your knees.
Yes.
So, pawns are Google Maps. When you look at the pawn structure, you understand which direction to go, where to turn.
Yes, I remember learning that when I was a kid.
Exactly. So here, this is a very typical pawn structure that is called, you will not know, it's a Russian term, it's like a pila structure. You do not need to remember that necessarily.
I really hope not. I could. Yeah. Thank God. Because I don't think I can start learning pawn terms in Russian, Dina. I can barely handle them in English.
Okay, so like I'll just ask you to try to name any openings that you know that could have this pawn structure. There are many.
Dina, I thought after all these years you knew me well, but you clearly don't, because you should know that I only played 2 openings. So
good.
If it's not those 2, I don't know the answer.
No, this is actually good because I mean, I'll be honest with you. Of course, I know that you don't know that, but what I do know.
I don't know. Why do you ask me then?
Because you have very smart chatters. You have very smart
chat.
Chatters.
Well, I don't think one of them is right because they said London and actually they were just talking about my openings. Okay,
no,
chat.
They're a good answer.
Caro-Kann. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yes. It is the Caro. It is the
actually Dina, the only reason I got that one, it wasn't even a chatter right now. It was like 10 minutes ago. I think it was one chatter who knew like one chess term. He just comes in the chat and just starts spamming Caro-Kann. And then I saw one chatter add him and they're like, why are you saying Caro-Kann? This isn't a Caro-Kann. It was like, like excuse me. And then the guy's like, I don't know. That's just the only term I know. So I just pulled it up and it was right. Good.
Okay. I thought
Thank you,
it was
one
because
chatter.
I
appreciate
Caro-Kann and only Caro-Kann, but I see.
Who is this? Got it.
Okay. Well, there is Caro-Kann. There is something else. There are other openings. I actually, Karoslav. That's correct, because it can also be Slav defense. Do you know what's Slav defense? Okay, you don't know.
Once I see it, I know.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
It could be
You can see
French. It could be French. That's correct, chat. French also works.
Yeah, we don't like the French. We hate the French.
Okay, so I will show you how it goes, and then I'll let you free.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set up the position. Load. Okay, you got it.
Isn't the Slav just C6, D5? No.
E4, C6 is the Caro-Kann, yes?
Okay. Thank you.
D4, D5, Knight C3 main line, D takes, Knight takes. This is the main line of Caro-Kann, and we got this pawn structure.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, actually, this is good because I want you to teach me new openings.
Yeah, well, this is just for your already like general understanding. Like this, you know, this like first, if we manage to make you know like the first like a name of the major first like four moves of each opening, it will be already Andrea Giga Head. What is this?
Giga Head? Yes, I like that. Andrea Giga Head. No, this is good.
Okay, good.
This is good.
Now French.
Giga Chad, but
do you know how
Giga
get into better. French?
E6.
Correct. D4, D5. Knight C3, D takes, Knight takes. We got the same pawn structure. And yes, Andrea, if the pawn is on E7 or E6, C7 or C6, it doesn't change anything because it's the same pawn structure. Yeah?
Okay.
So you see, it's the same position. Now, next, Scandinavian. Do you know how we get Scandinavian?
No.
Okay, it's E4, D5.
Oh.
Pawn takes.
It's simple. I wouldn't know because I never push E4.
Queen takes. Well, maybe one day.
One day.
Oh, you also face it with black.
After we go to the beach.
You.
But I don't play D5.
Okay. Well, now you know. This is Scandinavian. And you can see, even if the pawn is on D2, like normally once it's like, it will go to D4, like maybe even next move. So it's the same pawn structure. One more. Alekhine. Do you know how we get Alekhine?
No. Wait. Wait. No, I don't.
Okay.
I know the Alapin.
Good.
And I hate it, but I don't know the Alekhine.
Also good. So it's E4, Knight F6. And then E5, Knight D5, something like D4, D6, and let's say after like, okay, let's say C4, Knight B6. Oh yeah, I'm just showing you the moves, and here. Okay, this is actually not what I wanted to. Let's say like this. So this is gonna be the same pawn structure, and there are other examples. So we can force this like pawn structure from many from many openings, but this is not important. What is important? Like, I don't expect you to learn all that, and we're wrapping up. Just stay with me for one more second. The reason I want you to know this is that definitely next time we're gonna discuss the typical plans. So judging by how pawns are placed, you have very typical strategical ideas that I want you like to have in head. Like, okay, in this position, everybody like put the knight here or pushes this or place this. I don't want you next time to see, I have never seen this position before. I have no idea what to do here, so I'll just throw something.
No, this is actually a very, very valuable lesson, and it is the reason I wanted to learn openings outside of the London, so I could be familiar how to play different pawn structures, which I never learned because I only played the London.
Good. Okay.
So this is very good.
I'm glad you learned it. So the pila. Pila in Russian is like something that you use to cut woods.
Ah, nice. That's what I do on my weekends, actually.
Good. Yeah, that's how you got those biceps.
Biceps, yes.
Biceps, yeah.
Bishops, biceps, same thing.
Good. Well, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Let me know if you have any questions.
Wait, you can't just leave us. Okay, can you give me one last puzzle? We have 5 more minutes.
Okay. So here,
I want to prove that I'm best student and I have best bishop's biceps.
Okay. Let me put this. Okay.
Give me
I'm gonna ask you, look at this structure and tell me what do you think would be the right plan for black here?
Or black.
Okay, who is better here? I mean, it's a stupid question, but
white.
Yeah, of course. White is better. And you know the reason, right?
We both have one center pawn, but mine's more advanced.
Yeah, and you control better center, and you will control even better. So what are the plans here? Like, what would be the plans here for black?
I'd say black maybe would want to try to trade in the center. So either b6, e5 or f6, e5. But
good. Like this, what you say, trade in the center, this is actually the term, very important term, that you use today, but in the wrong sense. And now it's the moment to use it right. The term is pawn break in the center. So when you said, like, you confused earlier today, preparing a pass pawn, yeah? Like,
yes.
And making a pawn break. So preparing a pass, like, we had it, I think I remember where it was. It was somewhere, like, here, yeah? So you said that e5 would be a pawn break, but it's actually like you prepare, it was even the other one. It was 6. This one, yeah? You said it's a pawn break. But no, it's not a pawn break. You just create a pass pawn, yeah? A pawn break, like it's actually important to understand the difference, because the pawn break is when you suffer. Like you are being punched in the face and you need to punch back. I think it was a good example, right? Yes. I'm just
Well, I don't. Yeah.
No? Okay, when someone...
I think are you speaking from experience?
Yes.
Because I don't get punched in the face.
Right.
I only give punches in the face.
Yes. So when someone is having their nose broken, they need to do something back, right?
Okay. Yes.
So here, like, the nose breaker is on d4, and there is like white is super strong with, like, as you in boxing versus Michelle, you said I need to run and control the center.
And then I lost. But yes, go on.
Yeah, sometimes it happens in chess that you lose a winning position. But here, white controls the center. So a pawn break from black would be Michelle trying to kick Andrea out of the center.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. So this is a pawn break. It's pawn break is when, like, you need to, like, I mean, it's more about taking, first of all, the initiative in the center. And you're right. It's either b6 and c5 or f6 and e5. But because usually, like, when we speak about these positions, like, when we need a plan, it's usually when we finish the opening and we enter to the middle game. This is the moment where we need a plan. Or sometimes starting from the opening when you already, like, don't know what to do. So you need a plan to have a setup of your, like, to develop pieces in the right direction.
Yes. So it's b6c5.
Exactly. It's b6c5 because
your king's probably castled. You don't want to push your f-pawn.
Exactly. See how smart you are? Damn, girl.
Yay, chat, we got it right. Right? All in time. Okay, I just wanted to get something right before we ended.
Nice. Congratulations. Yay. Okay, one last.
Okay.
What do you do for white here? Like, is there something that you would change in the
C3? Oh.
Well, that's C3 is it's like Dina in her boxing match.
Maybe C4 because it's more aggressive. Exactly. And then when you push, we could go D5.
Exactly.
I like these boxing analogies.
Yeah, you got it.
They help me learn.
Girl.
Actually, these pawn lessons are very nice. I like playing chess without kings. We should do that more often. This should be a thing.